Whoa, what's up? It's your boy King LG. Thanks for tuning in to the channel. But if this your first time here, subscribe to the channel. So today we have a good topic going. So let's get into it. First and foremost, I want to say traveling is what you make it. Before you even travel, you need to have a why. Your why is your reason for traveling. You need to know what's the reason why you're traveling, and everything will fall in place from there. Because if your why is not big enough, then you will experience unnecessary problems while you are traveling. And so I came up with the topic of this video today because I'm in a travel group, actually a few of them on Facebook. And so a guy posted a video with him being in Cartagena, being in a nightclub, and showing a guy with a bunch of gold chains on. And he said the passport pookies are pretty much taking over Colombia. And there was another video he showed where guys were in this club throwing money. And the thing about it is, your travel experience will be the things you limit yourself to. You have to understand your surroundings. You're in a nightclub, and so we all know what happens in a nightclub. It doesn't matter if it's in a different country or not. In the United States, guys throw money in the club, but being in another country, some guys are just out enjoying themselves. And the thing about it is, if you have a problem with things like that, then you don't go to places like that. There's a lot of other things to do. So don't limit your travel experience to nightclubs and try to make it a reality that this is what this country is about. No, you're in a nightclub. You're not in a normal environment to where you're able to judge this country based off your surroundings. A nightclub is a nightclub. It doesn't matter if guys are coming from the United States going there and doing what they do as they would do it in the United States. So you have to look at it like this. I know guys like to say, oh, this ruins it for all the travelers, this ruins it for everybody. No, it doesn't. Because the average Colombian is not in that nightclub. That nightclub caters solely to tourists. So that's in a tourist environment, and everyone is not being judged based off what a few guys do. Because these guys are in this club to impress working girls. So if you're in a nightclub getting upset because these guys are trying to impress working girls, then you're exposing yourself. Because you're basically saying that's the women you want. You can't get them because these other guys are getting them because they're in the club rocking gold chains and throwing money. You're basically exposing yourself. So you have to look at it like this. Go other places where normal people go. As y'all can see, I'm out here on the boat ride with my girl, and we did this a little time ago. We went to the beach. She wanted to go snorkeling. So we got in the boat and it took us over to the island where we were able to go snorkeling. And so that's just one adventure. That's just one of many things that you can do. And while I was doing this, I haven't seen not one what's so-called a passport pookie on this boat. Even when I took my girl on the night cruise from the other video, there was not one passport pookie on that boat. Matter of fact, me and my girl were the only black couple on that boat. And it's been like that a lot of times. Even when we went to the fancy restaurant, we were the only black couple at that restaurant. I didn't even notice because I don't look for things like that, but she pointed it out to me. And I happened to look around. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And that just goes to show you that what you partake in determines your experience. If you want to have a normal experience in a city like Cartagena, go hang out where the rich people hang out. It's just that simple. Like, you don't have to limit yourself to just nightclubs, and then when you get in this environment, it's not up to your liking, so you complain about it. Okay, there's a flip side of that. Find other things to do. Normal women are not hanging out in nightclubs, especially in the center. In El Centro, In Cartagena, normal women are not hanging out there. Medellin as well. You go to Parquilletes, you have to assume that normal women are not hanging out there unless it's a girl that work at one of the restaurants there, and that could go either way because it's a tourist area. A lot of tourists are hanging out there, so a lot of women see quick money, a lick, a scam, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage guys to go out on these adventures. They're cheap, they're affordable. It's not what you would pay in a city like Miami. So this is nothing, man. And so you're gonna have fun and you're gonna create new experiences and you're just doing something different and you really get to explore what this country has to offer, what the city has to offer when you go out and do things that's outside of the norm, that's outside of the tourist zone, outside of the nightclubs. You know, it's a lot of events you guys could do in the daytime. And if you need information about these things, you could get up with me and my boy Hassan. And so that's something that we're going to be offering to guys, other options and good things to do in a city like Cartagena that's outside the nightclub. So guys can have different experiences and just live it up. So if your why is big enough, the reason why you're traveling, if that's big enough, then when you see passport pookies, guys in the club throwing money, guys wearing chains, it don't bother you. And the reason it don't bother you when your why is big enough is because you know why you're there. So you know what you're set out to accomplish. So when you see someone partaking in something that you have no interest in, it doesn't bother you. So that's why before you travel, you need to have a why. You need to have a big enough reason why you're traveling. And it has to be more than what's happening in the strip clubs. It has to be more than, what the working girls are doing, who's getting the working girls, because that's not what you're into. So why does that bother you? So find better activities, find things to partake in that's up to your liking. That way you're creating better experiences because guys are going to travel and every guy that travel is not going to come from the same background. So who are we to say who should be doing what in a different country? If those guys want to throw money and wear gold chains, that does not affect you. That affects them because they're making themselves a target. They're not making all tourists a target. And the reason I know this is because I used to take my girl to this same club because I liked the music in there or whatever. She didn't like it because the working girls were all over the club and she didn't want to be seen as one. And guys were rocking their chains, throwing money from time to time. And she never used to look at the situation and be like, y'all American guys are crazy. She never said anything like that to me. What she did say is, I'm glad you're not like that because that draws the wrong type of attention. So that just goes to show you that they don't look at it like all of us are like that. Nah, to each his own. What you do is what you're held accountable for. Straight up. And so guys need to stop dictating saying who shouldn't be allowed to enter these countries because last time I checked, none of you guys are authorized to stamp passports to say who can enter and who can't enter. And so I don't agree with a lot of things that are going on, but it's their life. They're going to do what they do. And it doesn't bother me at all because I have not once had problems with somebody approaching me because of what somebody else did. Nah, what you do, you're going to be held accountable for that. And there's consequences for every action. There's a reaction. And so based off how you move, that's how people are going to react to you. They don't pass a lot of judgment in a country like Colombia. Based off the person that you are, the energy you give, and how you move, that's how you're going to be judged. Solely based off that, not as a whole. Even though we all travel to the same country, pretty much from the same background, we're not all judged the same. And I can promise you that. Like I said before, if you want to have better experiences, hang out where the rich Colombians hang out at. Find the 5-star restaurants. Find the night cruises on the boats and the excursions where you could go out to the different islands and things like that. Now you're creating better experiences because Colombia is a beautiful country, especially Cartagena. As you guys can see, they have a lot to offer as far as activities. And so I encourage guys to partake in all these activities. Do at least each one of them once, you know what I'm saying? So that's experiences you can have under your belt, and you're able to put out better information about these countries rather than what you see in a nightclub. All I gotta say is just pass fair judgment. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But I want to give a shout out to all the guys that reached out to me to get information. I'm gonna get that over to you if I have not already. But I got a lot of work going on right now. It's around the holiday time, so y'all know how that is. And I'm getting backed up with the emails, so I'm trying to get back to y'all in a timely manner. So if I have some information to send back over to you, I'm going to get that to you. And so if you guys need further information because of the backup that I'm receiving, if you need to talk one-on-one, I can offer that service to you. And I do have a service charge. So reach out to me. Any information you need before you start your travel journey, whatever it's about, even if you need to chop it up about women or the culture or whatever. If it's Cartagena related, I can definitely give you my expertise in this particular area. So if it's any information you need, I'm always willing to help. So reach out to me whenever you have any questions or things you need to talk about or discuss before you start your travel journey, or if you already start your travel journey and you need to know any information that's business related, I could get that information over to you. Matter of fact, my boy Hassan El Sadiq, y'all know that's my homie. Rock with him 100. He's the business expert. So any information y'all need related to business, he could definitely get that to y'all. So we have some great things that we're working on. We're going to collab on some content, and we're going to be putting that out soon. And so this is going to be something major. We have an experience that we want to share with you guys, and it's going to be something good. So stay tuned in. Subscribe to my channel, subscribe to his channel, and we're going to keep the content going. And we're available anytime you guys need some information. So don't forget that. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one.